Someone once told me that the things that I say, the places I go, and people that I see, wherever it is when I cross the road, that it's not necessarily true that bark falls off the trees in the middle of the night, because nobody's ever seen it happen. Just because we haven't seen it doesn't mean it doesn't happen. Just ask the woodpecker, you know, or one of them beetles that crawls up and down the trees at night. They'll tell you. You gotta be able to speak their language.
What I really find interesting: promoting mass immigration in the United States, financing anti-gun lawsuits and lobbyists demanding voting rights for felons, seeking the abolition of capital punishment, exacerbating Palestinian unrest, promoting abortion, feminism, population control, gay liberation, euthanasia, radical theories of education, marijuana legalization, and global government. That's what really gets on my nerves. You know why? What do all those things have in common? What do they cause? They cause division in America. That's what really gets on my nerves. Really does.
Contrary to the rumors that you've heard, I was not born in a manger.
Yeah, me neither.
So it must be pretty bad in Mexico and places like that if people are actually risking their lives to cross the borders, right? If we institute stronger regulations on who can come in, do you think that that's going to stop people from risking their lives?
I doubt it. Everybody wants to be in America.
So they say.
The belief that gun control prevents gun crime is why many were upset this spring when a bombshell court ruling could put handguns back in D.C. homes. A court threw out Washington, D.C.'s 30-year ban.
I agree with that. I think people should be able to have guns. I really do. I actually think it's pretty cool. Kaboom! I like shooting guns.
After serving 4 years in state prison for selling cocaine, Florida inmate Michael Hargret was released, settled down, and began a new life.
I'm not a monster. I made a mistake. I think everybody's one bad decision away from prison.
I
He
agree
quickly
with that
discovered
guy.
his voting rights in Florida
What's
as
the
an
problem with
ex-felon
that?
were revoked under state law.
You know? That's what I'm talking about. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all.
My name is David Garland, and I'm going to talk about my new book, which is a book called Peculiar Institution, America's Death Penalty in an Age of Abolition. The peculiar institution idea actually has three connotations, three meanings. The first one is the most obvious one to an outside reader, that's to say that America's death penalty now looks peculiar, looks like an anomaly. All the other Western nations have abolished the death penalty. The last one in Europe was 1981 when France gave up the guillotine. And yet,
Yeah, as far as the death penalty goes, I mean, I think there's an appropriate place for it in society, but only for like extreme situations, you know. I think it's totally abused. This guy got some good points too, where get someone on death row because he killed everybody in the family but 2 kids, and then for the next 25 years he's appealing it forever. But what does that do to the victims? I mean, there's no justice there for those people to watch this guy either finally set free, or even if he's killed, it doesn't bring his family back. And was it a deterrent or not? I don't know, man. It's a tough one. It's really a tough one, but it's definitely issue in our country.
Transpired in Iran. All of the Western intelligence agencies, United States included, all of the major financial institutions, finance capital as such.
That guy right there, I agree with the guy, pretty much. I mean, I got some things to say about that. The CIA, they might be clueless about what he's talking about. However, those in America with the power to overthrow governments, they don't care who takes power of that government as long as they're anti-American, as long as they cause division with America. That's the whole point of all these topics that I've been displaying in this little video. It's to cause us division in America. To me, that's the reason why it's all being done, to cause division.
Well, just when you thought the violence was done spreading, from Tunisia to Egypt to Yemen to Libya, now there are rising tensions between Israel and Palestine.
No.
2 years of quiet and relative peace between these two countries.
Yeah, relative peace,
Recent NBC News Wall Street Journal poll indicated a majority of Americans approved of last week's Supreme Court decision to make so-called partial birth or late-term abortions illegal.
Yeah. This girl right here does feminism and
People
abortion.
think that abortion is a right
Or at
that
least
should be granted
attitudes
for a wide
on
variety
it.
of reasons.
Nothing wrong with
like
that.
a woman should have the right to say what goes on with her own body.
Yeah, has a right to say what goes on with her own body. You know, my opinion doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. What really matters is that America is united in what we believe, and we're really not. Not on these subjects. They all come from one source. It's an originated action plan I read at the very beginning after the tree bark fell off the trees. Shadow government, basically. You know, Agenda 21 along the same line. It's just this big machine to overtake the whole world. That's my opinion. But you know what really solves it? This kid asked me, he's 15 years old, and he asked me, hey, what's wrong with consenting sex between me and a woman who's 25 years old, you know? Well, what's wrong with the consensual sex between a 15-year-old and a 25-year-old? Nothing. Nothing's wrong with it. That's what marriage is. Marriage is the union of a man and a woman, or a boy and a woman, or however you want to put it. It's a union between those two people, sexually. That's what marriage is. There's nothing wrong with marriage. That's the way God sees it. Now, some of you people are going to be offended because I said the word God without taking that name in vain. But to me, that's my standard. If you just pretended for a minute that everyone in the country recognized marriage as the union of a man and a woman in a sexual way, how many problems would be eliminated in our country? Just think about it. I mean, we're recognizing the marriage of a man and a woman. There wouldn't be any adultery going on. Of course, all of us are human. So, probably going to screw up there some. But, I mean, you'd still have a family unit. You'd be wanting to have a few children, probably. I don't know about abortion, but I think if you start with that standard of a marriage is between a man and a woman when they have sex, it really solves a lot of problems. Stop and think about it. It won't fix the bark falling off a tree in the middle of the night, granted. But it could fix a whole lot of other things. Really.
Someone once told me that the things that I said